my current plan is to go through building basic factories just as if we're starting out, but like supersize them. So use your Mark III extractors and whatever belts you need to get going, and then otherwise it's up to you. You can join me with doing stuff, or you can head out and play stuff on your own. Completely up to you how you want to run the stuff.
Okay,
there
sure,
are
sure.
blueprints. You should have access to them. I don't know if they're undefined for you, but I was able to get mine ordered.
Oh yeah, I see all of them.
Are they all undefined, or are they ordered for you?
Let's see. Some of them are defined. One of them is.
Only one, huh?
Only one of them is.
That's weird.
I see them in undefined, but that's fine with me.
Okay, so it will be a little bit more difficult then, but the train system, I will show you how to run that right now, because as soon as we hit coal, we're going to need to start using it. So the train system that we're using, I call DS. DS is in front of everything, or double stack. I call it that because it is a double stack highway. So if I go here, snap that, and bring it up to right here, and then start with this one. So this is the basic length of rail that we're going to use. There are color schemes in here to help light it up, but also let you know which way we're going to go. If you see a green, that means that you are moving that direction. So in this case, we're moving from south to north on the top, and then we'll go back the other way on the bottom. That's how it works. And so whenever you build out a rail, always build going the same direction.
Sure.
Don't try to come in other ways. Otherwise it will break everything down. If we did side by side, it would help a little bit more, because we could just say, if you're on the right side, you're going the right way. But just imagine the top is the right side, the bottom is the left side. So if you want to add more rails to this using the blueprints, there are two ways to do it. You can either add more blueprints, or you can go into your dismantle key and then toggle dismantle mode, just like if you would go from default to zoop to stack back to default. And then you see that you're highlighting the whole blueprint, and then you can sample the blueprint just like you would sample something that's already built, and you want to have that be what you're building. You can do that with blueprints now as well.
Sample? You said sample?
Yeah, sample. So like if you were building normally and you wanted to build more foundations, you would look at a foundation and you would push, in my case, the middle mouse button, and then it would automatically select that foundation for what I'm building.
Oh, I can look at my settings there, and have a look at that.
Otherwise, hello Kerplunctus, welcome back. Otherwise, you can just build out blueprints.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
So now, if you are building out the blueprint, I have everything set up so the way you want to be looking at the blueprint is for the arrow to be pointing towards you. If the arrow is pointing towards you, then it's facing the right direction.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. We're going from red to green.
Correct. Now we have another one, and that is going up the up ramp, the way this works is you come from another way that you can think about it is I have it set up so we have 2 glass walls, then 1 frame wall, then 2 glass walls, then 1 frame wall, and so on and so forth. So when you build an up ramp or a down ramp, the next thing that you need to do is build a what I call a 2 stack or a 2 highway. So it's the same thing as with the 3, but it's a 2. And this is a just a way to recalibrate your rails before you go up another set. Before you go up again, is what I've generally thought it as. Alternatively, this is a new save Kerpluctus in preparation for 1.0. So alternatively, you don't always have to build the double stack. You can build another up ramp and it maintains everything the same way, or a down ramp. You can do that as well. It just makes it a little bit finicky to get the rails looking right, but I have been able to get this working as well. So whichever you want to do, it largely depends on how much space you have going up a mountain.
Okay.
The reason why we have to do this weird step save or step ramps is because rails don't like going up 4-meter tall ramps, and this is the best I could do. Their maximum is 2-meter ramps. Now, one of the most important parts about rails is getting your intersections down correctly.
Yeah.
And this was rather complicated to figure out, but I did get it to work. I just have to figure out, get it pointing this way. And then I'm pretty sure you need to build this on the bottom layer for it to work. And then you need to go into default when you build it. So you can look anywhere on it with the arrow pointing towards you, and then lock the hologram with whatever key you have, and then nudge it over until it lines up with what you have. And then it'll build this whole space out.
Oh.
This is part 1. Part 2, and they're labeled part 1 and part 2. Part 2,
nice.
you go back into blueprint mode. Make sure the arrow is pointing towards you, and then when you're in blueprint mode, you lock it. Then you need to nudge it all the way to the left, and then all the way down, and then it locks in the correct configuration.
Yes. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I see.
So, the reason why this
Wait, and
looks...
this is going from red to green, so like these intersections are headed south?
Yeah, so the bottom layer is always headed south, the top layer is headed north, or west, or east.
Okay. Sure, got it.
So I had fun making this one, and let me show you why. Do this. So this intersection is rather complicated, but it works well with what's it called? It works well with signals, because you can just put a signal before you hit any of these points, and then it will let it work correctly. So on our top layer, we have our rails hitting here. For all of these things, you need a rail to end one foundation away from the center. So you're not going to the edge, like the edge of the box right here. You're going one foundation farther, like this.
Okay.
So your top layer is going to look like this. And this is generally the order that you have to build the train tracks out for this. Otherwise, it won't quite work correctly.
Oh, there must be a marker sphere. Oh yeah, here it is. I'm gonna collect this
Yeah,
and
the
stop
mercer
talking.
sphere is nearby. We'll have this go this way to here. That's funny. I actually built this ramp wrong. That's funny. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, should I
Okay,
keep watching or just start building something?
let me show you one last get these things finished built out, because it gets complicated after this part. So you have your tracks coming out this way, just as you would expect.
Yep. Yep.
Well, an intersection only works if you can go every way that you want to go. So say that you're coming from the south and you want to then head east.
Yeah.
So what that will do then is, from here, you grab, just like you normally would, you would grab going south, and then you would go heading east. And so you would go from the bottom up to the top. Like so.
Hey, I understand, yes.
So basically,
that's
everything needs to have 3 tracks coming out from its direction. Like this. And then from here, that has 3, that has 3. And then we also need them to be able to go north.
What
So
a crazy
from here,
intersection.
we also have it go this
But
way.
why doesn't it work to have all this in the blueprints? Or like
As one blueprint,
yes,
as one big blueprint, or the rail, or the train tracks.
Yeah, I understand why you can't have the rails. Yeah, never mind. Too bad.
They
That saves a lot of
technically,
time.
they technically do work. The problem is getting them to line up correctly initially, because for corners to work correctly, you need them to have a straightaway, and the blueprint doesn't allow you to have external things coming from it.
Makes
So yeah,
sense,
this is what each intersection will look like. And if you don't need
it's
a
nice.
specific direction, so say you're only going 3 ways, then you can just, after you build the blueprint, block off one of the sides.
Oh,
But yeah, this is the train track blueprint. And then there's corners and turns as well for helping you get through it without having to spend a lot of time. Right and left turns. So yeah, my goal today was to look at copper and steel, I think, are the next parts to everything. The thing with steel is I would also do limestone, since... Oh no, never mind. I wasn't going to do that. It was going to be copper or the next level of iron stuff. So like reinforced iron plates and modular frames and stuff like that. So you can pick whichever one you want to do, and then just run with it.
Of those ones? Sorry. Yeah, those ones you were just saying.
Yeah.
Which you want to start with? Okay. Okay.
Whichever one. So if you want to build copper and if you want to build it together, that's fine. If you want to build like reinforced iron plates and modular frames, and there's another one out there.
Yeah,
Rotors,
no,
I guess.
I'll do something separate than you, so I'm not more efficient, perhaps. Yeah,
Right.
I'll do build something separate from you.
Okay. Cool.
So you were saying, yeah, which one are you going to do, and I'll do something different.
I think copper is similar to what I did last time, so you can build out the copper ones.
Okay, can do.
A word to the wise, Mark V conveyor belts can only take 780 parts, and if you use a Mark III extractor on a pure node, and then overclock it, you can only overclock it to like 170% or something like that. So
Right.
be aware of that. That 780 is your maximum parts per minute that you have right now.
Okay.
Cool. Good luck.
Thanks.
Chat. Hello, Perplexus. Hello, welcome back. Sorry I couldn't talk to you before. I was helping explain everything with the blueprints. This is a new save, Kerplunkus. This is getting ready for Satisfactory 1.0. And what that means for me is trying out new blueprints that I will be carrying over into the new world, into the new update. And it also means just pushing endgame, which I've never done before. And I don't expect to get very far before the update drops on Tuesday. So yeah, it will happen, whether it will or will not happen. So yeah, I'm just be ready for that. There is one thing I want to do. This settings. Have you tried a dedicated server, Kerplunkus? If you have a spare laptop, you could set up a dedicated server to run the map, and then you query that. I'm not using it right now because I was never able to get it to work for multiplayer, but when I was getting it to work for myself, it reduced my CPU usage by 50%. Oh, is it over here? It is. That's a shame. I don't know how it works on the same laptop. I have never tried that, but yeah. I'm super excited. I do understand the pain of a lot of people not being able to do it themselves, though. Now, what I'm doing right now is trying to figure out how to add a mute key bind to this. And then after that, I will be able to get going. I found it. Mute toggle hotkey is this. Then I need to change my options right here. controls, keybinds. Somewhere in here. Apparently not. User interface then? Oh. What is this then? Oh. Okay, this is that. It's not here, is it here? Session settings. It looks like this is a key. It's automatically bound and I can't change it. By the way, everyone, tilde opens up the overall interface. So I do have to go and change that then. I have to find where it is. I apologize. I have to find a key that isn't attached to something, which is rather difficult in Satisfactory. But I think that'll work. Okay, we will use that then. Okay, so yeah, super excited. The goals for this world is for me to get used to Satisfactory. I was playing other games, so I got used to other keybinds, so I need to get my fingers back in the rhythm of it. Just having fun with a world, basically creative mode if you're familiar with Minecraft. So no build costs, and we do have power restrictions, so we'll have to build that out. We'll just see how far we can get before the new update drops, and then we'll start a new world from tutorial, which is going to be wild, and get to experience everything that goes on with there. Some updates to the stream. If you look in the bottom left corner of the screen is a factory map. That is a physical representation of the factory we're going to build. Above it is the link, so if you want to go and see what we're building out for yourself, and it's an interactive map, you can copy that link in. If you're on stream, you type in the command current factory and it'll take you to that link. It'll take you to that website as well, and there's a reminder of that on the bottom right of our screen as well, and it's another and there's another thing right there as well. So let's do something else now. We are going to get started on what I call advanced iron. That's somewhere. This. It's not here for some reason. Oh, is it confused? It might be confused. I think it is confused. I am going to bring us over to the factory planner. And we'll plan out what we're going to do for what I call advanced. Iron. Sorry, I'm very distracted. And we select this one. There we go. Okay, and we bring this over. Okay, cool. Oh, real quick. So there will be times when I just randomly break off and talk to chat. Are you okay to hear that stuff, or would you like me to mute before I do stuff like that? Do you want to hear a constant drone of my voice? Oh, I muted. Sorry. I'm going to break off and talk to chat on bunches of occasions. Do you want me to mute when I do that kind of stuff, or are you okay to be listening to me?
I'm okay to be listening to you.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we're going to be making what I call advanced iron production. So if we go over, so we're in our production planner. Let's get rid of all of these. We still have 780 iron ore as our base. With Mark IIIs, almost anywhere we'll give it to you. I think in pure nodes we never will, but most other things will. So the outputs that we are going to be getting in this will be reinforced iron plates. They will be modular frames, and rotors, although stators are technically a part of this family. I believe. Let me add that in and see how much of a difference that makes. Okay, it doesn't look like it's overly too bad. And for now, we are going to be sticking with tier 1 materials, so you don't have access to a lot of these alternate recipes where we're going to be sticking with iron only. And so I'm going to have to go and change this up a little bit. Let's take a look. This is asking for rubber, although we could do iron plates and wire, or we could do iron plates and screws. Does this play nicer? I think it will with other alternate recipes that we have. And then for the modular frame, we will do screws as well, just completely remove the need for iron rods in our factory, except for rotors. And we will use the regular rotors for these, and then stators. Oh, stators require steel. Okay, so stators are not part of this. Oh, I know what I was thinking of. We can build our first major assembly part, our whatever it's called, our space elevator part. That's the other thing that comes into here. And that is down at the bottom. Smart plating. And we are going to stick with the regular one. So we got two alternate recipes. We got bolted iron plates and we have bolted frames. So that is less screws that we need to work with. And it is still trying to get us to make copper for some reason. Oh, I know what I think. Still wants the rotor to be a copper rotor and not a regular rotor. Okay, that fixed it. So, right now we are using 75 units. So let's bump this up to, let's call it 200 and 200. Oh, already that's too much for it. Ah. Okay, let's tone it back to 100 and 100 frames. That's still too much. Wow, I'm actually shocked at that. Reinforced iron plates really take up that much, huh? Well, it's because the inordinate amount of screws that go into making things. Oh, I get it. It's 50 screws a minute. Okay, you know what? We will make reinforced iron plates its own factory, so we will get to that in a bit. And now we introduced adhered iron plates for some reason. Let's see if doing this will remove the issue. If not, we can just go into this and remove it. That should fix the issue. And it did. Alright, so outputs. We are trying to keep ourselves within 780 ore, which now that I'm looking at how this all works, that might not be possible. Okay, we need... This makes things in 2 per minute, so we'll say let's make 10 a minute. And let's say we make 50 of these a minute. Okay, and tone it back again, make 25, and make 25. Okay, we're getting close. Let's bring these down to 20 a minute apiece. Okay, we're almost there. Let's bring these down to 15 and 15. Okay, rotors. We make 4 a minute, and these modular frames, bless you, are 5 a minute. So let's bring our rotors down to 12, as that's the nearest multiple that they like to work at. Okay, and we're barely over now by 0.42 units. That's actually kind of funny. I think we're going to say that we are not quite perfect on our mount. Although this is the reason, isn't it? So if we did this, would that fix the issue? And then we were able to raise it again. Yeah, as soon as you add assemblers, everything gets extremely complicated. And for that, if we're already going to make things complicated, might as well toss in the alternate recipe for modular frames. I'll bring this down to 6. Okay, reduce it again, down to 5. Still need stuff. 4 it is. Alright, so we do have some left over, but smart plating is one that you don't care about all that much later on. It is used later on in other recipes, so you will have to be aware of that and prepared to transport things over for it. So now that we have basic factory set up, let me organize how this looks. Put it all into one frame. Like so. Okay, and then... Okay, bye Kerplunctus, have a good one. Oh, I am streaming 9 to 11 on weekdays, Mountain Standard Time. So if you want to catch more streams, that's when I'm doing it. Okay, so we grab this. I'm missing my clipboard. Will that come up now? Apparently it won't. What if I go to here? Sorry, I've lost where my pictures are going. I think I found them. I did. Okay. Okay, good to know. We are going to call this one the Advanced Iron Land. And then we can move this over to here. Let's get you switched over to the game. There you go. Okay, and then now it is time for us to update our goal section. From basic factory to advanced iron. And then factory plan we need to change to this. And then we need to update all of our links. Okay, let me just check to make sure this works. And it does not. Oh, but that was the old one. Okay, what about this one? Nope, it doesn't work. Something changed recently to make it so that they don't work the way they used to anymore. Well, looks like I'm just going to change up how we do things. So, the way it will work now then is if we take this and we paste it in here, will that work? There's something about that. Okay, well, good to know. Yeah, okay, figures. So, what we are going to do from now on is I will remove the link that you can see because that won't work anymore. Like that. And this can't move down. Move that down to right there. Okay, just like that. And then we will update our command. Just like that. Do this. No, we're way over our character limit. Oh, apparently not. Apparently that's perfectly... it can't be perfectly at the character limit. It's not. It's very much not. Well, that's a shame. All the alternate recipes just completely messed with the planner. So what we'll do then is only use what we need. So we are going to be using the cast screw, bolted iron plate, and bolted frame. So, and let me just change this real quick. Fixing this might fix the link that we had as well. Select all. We had cast screws. We had the bolted frame. And was that it? We had one more in here, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it's something with iron plates. Bolted iron plates. That's what it was. Yep, there it is. Okay. So now let's see if things will work. They do work. Okay. So what was happening was, with all the alternate recipes included, the things that I was doing weren't working out the way they needed to. So I removed the alternate recipes that we're not using, and it works a lot better now. So we are now able to put in this. This needs to move up again. And if we put this in here, do that. And it's up to date. All right. That took a bit, but now we have our setup. So now we need to go find a pure node. And then we are going to be able to get going. Alright, we're finally playing the game, guys. Okay, so we need to find another pure iron node. There's one over here. This way. Is this one? It's this one. Okay, so just like before now, we are going to build out a factory that needs to be tall enough above the rocks so that we don't have any Z fighting happening afterwards. It does look like if we build starting on top of this rock and then build north, that everything will line up well enough. So let's do that. We'll start out with our factories right here. We should actually do a foundation right here first. And then we need 26 smelters, so we're going to do 2 things of 13. 2 lines of 13. And we're going to try to keep in line with what we did in our previous factory. So if I remember correctly, we're doing everything in rows of 4, which appears to be the case. Yes, it is. Okay, so cool, we'll do that. So Condry, have you been watching any of the Satisfactory updates?
Nope, everything's gonna be a surprise for me.
Ooh. Exciting, exciting, exciting. I can't
I just
help
know
myself.
that I'll be able to flush the toilet. That's all I know.
Yeah, I can't help myself. I have to know what's coming up. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
excited for them.
Is the joke about flushing the toilet that people wish they could flush the conveyor belts? Like,
No,
can do it
in the hub, there's that section with the toilet. And
Right,
so
right.
that's the joke, is you will be able to flush that toilet in particular.
Okay.
At least that was my understanding of it. And that's what I understood from the next video they had where they were explaining the update coming out.
Okay, well, fun, I guess. Yeah, then I've seen just a few other things. Maybe I think it's just from the Steam page, like saying what the next update's going to be, some basic things. Such as like change, and what we've discussed already about some slight changes to frames coming a little earlier and some recipe changes.
Right. I mean, if you don't want spoilers, I won't say too much about it, but there's some other cool stuff coming out. Mostly endgame, though, from what I understood. They did include more recipe changes. Nodes are going to be moved around and purities changed. But
Right.
other than that, it is mostly endgame from what I've understood. And then obviously you have storylines that are going to be changing as well, that are going to be available. Yeah,
I'm excited to see what the Samor will do if they keep it.
I think they have to. There have been enough little teasers in the things in their videos that they will glitch out their voice every time they talk about it. A funny little effect of like, we can't comprehend what they're saying kind of thing. But I do think that that is what they're talking about, is the update to the Samor.
Okay. Yeah. This is on my other world where I've gotten access to some Samor nodes. One of them especially is like you're fighting through a spider cave to get to it. And
Yeah,
like,
I know that one.
It's nice that, just in the grass field, and then you get to the end and like, whoa, that's my reward. And so it'd be nice to like have the use for it.
blueprint isn't wanting to work with me.
Oh, come on, blueprint.
There it is. So a note about the problems I was having last time, guys, with the conveyors having their little hiccups, and I had to go and replace some of them. Apparently that's a dedicated server issue, where sometimes the conveyor belts will just place the wrong way. So if you have the same issues happen to you, most of you won't even experience it because it is going strictly to it's strictly a server issue. So you shouldn't have to go through as much pain as I did last time, because it is going to be playing messy for you. Another thing that I'm going to do as well, guys, is in the YouTube videos that will come out from this, I will also have the link of the planner in there, so if you don't want to type it out, you can just click the link in the description for that planner, and then you should be good to go. What was the thing? Oh, so with this particular setup, if you look at the plan, and I mean the numbers might not be nice for you, it says that we have need of 25.6 smelters. So that is very much not a nice number to play with. And normally, like I did last time, I would try to work the numbers so I have easy splitting. I have an ease of splitting, but that just won't be possible with a weird build like this. As soon as you get into alternate recipes, numbers tend to go out the window. Alternate recipes are generally most useful for when you're just making one item in its entirety. And so doing it the way I am just has completely messed with the system. So it will be different this time, especially since we're going to be having another layer on top of our build that we did last time of the items coming from the constructors then need to be put somewhere else again. So bear with me, it will be a little bit harder than normal. In fact, we have so many screws that we will have to change how we do things for that as well. But we'll get it figured out. Don't you worry. And I do have some ideas of how we're going to get this working out. First of all, though, we do have the question of what we're going to do with our iron ore, and we are going to need to put an awesome sink in the middle of our factory because of we're going to have to put an awesome sink in the middle of our factory because I would much rather have the smelters working at 100% instead of trying to get things lined up for the 0.3s and what have you. So that will be in addition to this factory that wasn't in the other one.
Well, It's my bedtime now.
Okay. Well, thank you for
That
joining.
must be going. My pleasure. Built just a little bit. We got 780 copper bars now.
Nice.
Capacity. 780 copper ingots per minute capacity.
Very cool.
Well, yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to play some more. So.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining.
You have a good one.
Yeah, you as well. Bye.
Bye.
All right, chat. It is just you and me. One thing I am going to do is push us over to the dedicated server so I can get better frame rates and deal with the same problems that we did last time. Manage saves, unlimited resources. We need to upload a save into it, and we just did this one, so we can upload that to here. Upload complete, and now we should be able to join it. Okay, I don't think it saved correctly. It did not. Server manager, this, manage saves. Oh, I know why it didn't work. Maybe. Let's see. Should have worked. Yeah. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. If not, I saved it on my personal PC, and so there it is. Okay, and we also have back the blueprint. Yay! Okay. So we were in the middle of doing this. So yeah, with this, we do have to watch a little bit better to make sure that the conveyor belts placed the right way. Okay, I'm also able to do this since we're on the server now. Here we go. Ultra settings. all that is connected, so now we are able to put the level 5 conveyor belts in. So a general rule that I have is that I try to keep everything perfect, but within sanity's reason. And so in this case, the factory is asking me to make 767.67 iron ingots per minute. And that requires 25.6 smelters. And this would be a very easy time to do it, because all I would have to do is take out one, have 25 full smelters, and then have one be underclocked. But at the same time, it's also asking me to split our smelters so that 80 iron ingots go one way, 361.67 ingots go another way, and then 306 units go another way. And that's just not fun. Trying to figure all that stuff out, and there are ways that I could do that, most definitely. Like, the 80 would be a great place to start, because I could just use I would be able to use a stack up of splitters and Mark 1 conveyor belts to get me down to 80 a minute. That wouldn't be hard at all, and I probably will do that regardless. But at the same time, trying to figure out the other ones is just not fun at all. And so having an excess of iron ingots will help oversaturate our lines faster. And then any overflow will be able to go into the sink, into the awesome sink. So, do this. And all it requires is an extra space. And so it's not much of a hassle to add. I always gripe and complain when I have to include the awesome sink, because it is humongous. It takes like 6 walls to get above it, and it's such a power drain at the same time. But in this case, it eases my pain, so we'll run with it. Okay, so in this case we now have left output. That is going to be overflow, and this one is going to be our iron ingots, like so. Then we get to the crazy part. So we need to make iron rods, cast screws, and iron plates. Lucky for us, the iron rods are going to go make rotors, and only rotors. And so it is relatively easy. I can just have those be siphoned off to the left side. And some of the constructors, some of the cast screws, are going to be brought over to make rotors as well. But 400 of them, and so it is actually relatively easy for me to get that line set up in such a way that things work out nicely. So that will be the first thing that we work on. So let's get going on that. So we are going to bring 80 iron ingots over here. So what we'll do for this is what we did last time, where we have iron ingots go this way and overflow go this way. Then we're going to connect this with a Mark 1 conveyor belt into a regular splitter. Have that go right here. Now, actually we're going to do a Mark 2 because it will make things easier. So we have 120 screws going through, we have 120 ingots going through here right now. Then we will put a merger right here, because what's going to happen is we are going to split our 120 into two. So we have 60 go this way and 60 go this way. So now we have 60 coming out this way and 60 here. We need 80 in total. So we are going to put another merger right here. And we'll line it up to come out this way. Not that way. We are going to have it come out turning that way. Then we will have this 1, 2 go this way, and then another splitter go this way. And then we have this going on into here. And then we have this go here. And then we will have this come here. This is what we're getting into, is called the balanced manifold, where we have our 780 ingots coming through right here eventually, but we have a lot of ingots coming in right here. We take 120 out right here. So 60 are coming on this line, 60 are coming on that line. So 60 here, 60 here. We then split the 60 in 3. So now we have 20 here, 20 here, and 20 here. We have this 20 meet up with the 60 to make 80, which is what we need to make our iron rods. And then we have this 20 plus this 20 merge back into here, and we can continue forward with our journey. And so now we have our 80 split up correctly going that way. The next amount of iron ingots that we can control is 306, and that will be heading to the right. So we will get another smart splitter and have it come right here. We'll have it go right here. On the right we'll have iron ingots, and forward will be overflow. Now, this number doesn't play as nicely because how do you split up 6? It's not a very good way to do it. Our logistic belts, we have 60 a minute, 120 a minute, 270, 480, 780. And splitting it 3 ways is the best we can hope for. So we can do 270 and 60, and those would work rather well, because what we would be able to do is have this first smart splitter break off and give us 270, and the next one give us 60, or give us 30 after it gets split, for a total of 300. But that's not very fun to play with. It could solve the problem, because we have, how many extras did we have? We have 15 overflow. So what we might do then 306 is such a stupid number. I'm just trying to think of ways we can reduce any of these down to 6, and I don't think there's an easy way. Because that's 390 and half, and then 165, right? 390, 150, 195. 195 is in half, and then 195 divided by 3 is 65. Divide that in 3, doesn't work. Divide that by 5 is 13. It would get us close. It would be rather difficult, though. To divide something in 5. I think what we'll do is the easy cop-out way. So, let's build this out one more. So what we're going to do is from here, we're going to have a Mark III come out, and this will produce 270, or this will extract 270. Then immediately next to it, we'll have another smart splitter. We'll have another smart splitter where it's iron, ingots, and overflow. We'll have a merger right here. We have our Mark III giving us 270 right here, and a Mark I giving us a total of 330 right here. And that way we're only drawing an extra 15 units per minute, which means that the center line won't be affected for too much time. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is build out all of the constructors that we have going on for us. But before we do that, it might be worth me making another manifold. So let's put down the blueprint. We need this thing. We need this thing and special blueprint designer. And we need to do the same thing we did last time, but with we need to bring our blueprints in and do smelter chains. But before we do that, let's do a... because you're all one per found... Oh, you're not. Okay, so you are... in the center, and then we go back. So let's see what that will look like. Blueprints, smelter daisy chain. Right here, I believe. fit 5 in 1. Okay, good enough for me. Oh. We don't need to be making this right now. But we will. We'll finish it out. Okay. And then we need a merger over here. Okay, and then get into the conveyors. You know what? We do put these at 1 and then upgrade them as we need, don't we? Okay, there we go. It's finished now. So let's take a look at what we called right here. 8 smelters powered together and connected with Mark 1 conveyor belts is what we're going to call this. And 10 count smelter bus, MK1. 10 CT. Smelter bus. MK1. Powered together and connected with Mark 1 conveyor belts. Okay, and this is going to be the smelter icon. this one, and save blueprint. And clear designer. And we can break this down as well. We didn't need to make this for this build anymore because we already got our smelters taken care of. Got confused with what I needed to do. We need constructors. We need a lot of constructors. We need 15 in this one, in this center lane alone. So let's get to smelting. We need to build this out a whole bunch. 9, and then print. Oh. Okay, that'll be good enough. And we will start it right here. In the middle of the blueprint, yeah! Okay, and this is when we will use the constructor bus. R, isn't it? Sorry, I just had... my brain did not want to compute. Have it start right here. Okay, you know what? With this, I'm going to dismantle all of these because what's happening is since there are this is a blueprint, it is wanting to go on top of the blueprint it's on instead of side next to it. So we're going to have a 1 space gap right here and then bring back the blueprints so it makes it easier on us. So we are now able to do blueprint and have that will just snap automatically. It'll make it much easier to deal with. And we need to turn it this way. Yep. That's 8, 12, 16. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we have to make another layer and then do it again. And I could go out farther, but then this plant would stretch forever, and it's already large enough. So we're going to go up by a blueprint. Why not? Did I have a blueprint connected to this for walls? I did not. Okay, so tab, blueprint, and we're factory structure, quick walls. You know what? That's too high. Okay, we are using regular walls. Sorry, wrong key pushed. Walls. And we're going to go fancy walls. We're going to go with frame walls. Look at us be all fancy like. And up 3 would do it. We'll go up 4 though. The reason you want to go up a little bit higher than what you're expecting is if you plan on doing lighting. And in this case, I do have lighting that I can put down already. So we go back to our blueprints. Is it power? Factory structure's got to be then. Yeah, we do. This is originally for a different style of build, but it will work well enough for this. And it's symmetrical, so it doesn't necessarily matter what it looks like. Some nice red lighting. Okay, and then we do this again. Cool. And then I was hoping we'd have nice little frames, but apparently we don't. No frames. Only ramps. Such a shame. That's all right. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is right here include a splitter. That will send us up. Okay, we have this, pick that, and that can now go there. Then we will have a Mark 5 conveyor belt, or Mark 5 lift, go up to right here. Okay, and then a Mark 5 going into there. Okay, and that's how it will be connected. Okay, and now we need to do this all again. Okay, and that's 32 constructors, built out very quickly, and very minimal connections are required on my end. And I won't make those connections until we get power, just so I can keep everything straight in my head. Additionally, as well, one of the reasons why I built it out like this is because our map tells us that we need screws to go into, we need cast screws to be going to different places. For instance, for our rotor, we only need 400 screws. So if we take a look at the cast iron screw output, are all these in for just this one? Just this one every time. How? Okay, that's weird. You see here that we are going to be getting 50 screws a minute coming out of this. And so that means that we can take 8 constructors out of rotation and push them into a different direction down at the bottom. So we can take, after this one, this whole line can just split off. So we could connect these and then have it split off to the side and connect into our iron rods, which will then go into assemblers, which will do other stuff afterwards. It gets a little bit more complicated on the other side, but that's what we'll do for this one. So let's bring, no, just this one is weird. It flips every time? What kind of system is that? That is so weird. Man, the rotation just messes with you. Don't hurry too fast, then. Because these are all fine. This is so weird. Okay, anyway, so we can connect these going this way. And then this one will make a hard turn this way. And that's just to leave myself a little note that way. Okay, so next up we have coming out this way, like that, this, and then we can put something right there. And then we need to make six constructors feed 80 parts for iron rods. Or we will do 4 and clock them. I think that's what we're going to do, because I don't want to do 6 and then have them split up weird. Although it wouldn't be too difficult. I already have to do 5.4, so I might as well just overclock these particular ones. So we will have this start in the same spot, and we will have them start on the right side. And we need blueprints for our constructors. Have it go this way, out by one. And then a splitter here. I suppose I was a little off with it, huh? Maybe go out one more. That. We take that and then go here and here and here. And then splitter here, then splitter here. And these go this way. Okay, like that. And then we need to grab mergers. And it's a little bit counterproductive to do it like this because we're going to have to split them up for our 4 assemblers anyway, but we're doing stuff with our you know what we'll do, which I think would be rather fun. We're going to have these split up a little bit more. Oh, that's another thing I have to remind myself. I need to go through and upgrade all of these. Okay, so what we're going to do is we can take these out. Oh wait, no, these are splitters. We need these to stay. What we're going to do instead of these we're going to put in mergers at different parts. So merger can sit here and here and here and here. So we'll put one right here, and we'll put one right here, and we'll put one right here. So my plan is for each of these to combine with these onto one conveyor belt, and then when we get to the associated assembler, then it will branch off using programmable splitters or smart splitters. It doesn't matter which one is which. It would later if we were to do this with more stuff, but for now smart splitters will work. So what the heck am I talking about, you were asking? So we have cast screws. This right here. It's going to be outputting 50 a minute. Recipe, cast screws. Going to be outputting 100 a minute. This is going to be producing iron rods, but we are going to tell it to produce 20 a minute. That was weird. 20 a minute. And then oh, it automatically takes from my inventory. That's very nice. Cool. Okay, so these are producing 20 a minute. So in total, we can use Mark II conveyor belts and combine everything. And so we will need a Mark VI. Although there is a danger to this, because producing this much, there's a chance that one of your lines will get overflowed while waiting for the other piece. Well, now it's got me thinking if I want to risk it for a cool idea. Because these aren't going to all go on at the same time. I don't think I can do it. I'm not going to put them on the same one. I'm going to stack them on top of each other, though. That is one thing I am going to do. So, what I was talking about and then decided against. So, I was saying these are going to produce 100 a minute, right? These are producing 20 a minute. And my idea was to put them in the same path all the way down. Now, it sounds like a good idea, but the problem is you have widely different production rates. Like I said, this is going to be producing 50 a minute or 100 per minute per line. This is only going to be producing 20 a minute. So That means our both stacks only, these stack up to 500, these stack up to 200. But this line is going to be in production way sooner than this. And it's going to get to the point where this gets completely full and saturated, and we're going to get overflow piling into the later lines, which will help out our factory to get up and running. Yes, but it's a problem. So because of that, if we allow that to happen, since these are going to be running way before this will, that means that this line is going to get oversaturated with rods and the screws won't be able to get through. The only way that you can avoid this, two ways, is to have a actually no, there's no real way. If you do this, then you're hurting yourself, and I don't recommend it. Actually no, I lied again. You could do this and then hook them up to an awesome sink. And then once all the lines get going, you'd be able to remove the offset sink, but I would still recommend keeping one just in case. Because what you would be able to do is when you hit your smart splitter and you say, okay, rods go here, screws go here, you could have an overflow section that would allow you to take the backed up rods and push them over. And now that I've thought that through and brought it up, we are going to put everything onto the same line because I think it'll be cool. Yep. Okay, so we can do this into here, and then we will take this, and we need to raise it up right here. This rise up above itself right here, and then onto this. Excellent, right side. And then we do that with everything else. 1, 2. Oh, by the way, one of the things I've been working on is verticality and difference, because 1, 2, I'm still new enough at this game that everything does tend to look the same, and it's fun, don't get me wrong. But I, at the same time, crave for to make something different with my factories. This is off. And so something like this is perfect, because this is super similar to that one, yes, but now we've added a second level to it. And we're doing this cool thing on the wings. And so if you are in a state where you're trying to figure out what your unique style looks like, try something out. If you like everything to be uniform and box factory, that's all I could think of for a little bit. Everything looked like a box, because that is how most things turn out to be. That's how our machine buses work out. But try something new. This game is all about discovery, and so it's worth trying out new things and discovering what all will work. And it's a puzzle. I mean, if you're not here to play the puzzle, then you're doing something different than a lot of us. It's not an FPS game by any means. It's its own unique thing. The puzzle is what brings me into it for sure. Oh, position these wrong. Well, it's still not close enough. So what I'm doing here is a little conveyor tunnel. Looks like that. Where these are built so that there's a width of conveyor belt underneath them. I was building them all wrong. I'm so confused. The server is having a bit of an issue right now. Okay. I'm gonna take this, make it Mark II. It needs to go right here. Down one. Yep, there we go. So right there. Right there. And right there. And then this goes to there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Okay. So there's that taken care of. And now everything is ready for us to oh, you know what? I did this completely wrong. We don't need a second level. Duh. Just built 64. I think, right? Because that's 8, 16, 24, 32. Yeah, I messed with my math again. As much as I would have loved a second level. Yeah, my bad. We are going to implement a second level, don't you worry. Just not with that. Okay. So now we make our assemblers. Hello, Super Josiah. Welcome to this stream. Just building out a advanced iron factory on a no build save. So we need to build out our assemblers now. We go here for 3. We do need to leave space for our awesome sink, so we'll put this right here. Yeah, and then we can start building out our assemblers next to it. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Josiah. Glad to have you here. Or, yeah, Super Josiah. Too close, unfortunately, so let's have it start in this spot. And then we'll see if we can get this to work. And in that case, we're going to swap the awesome sink around a bit. Right there. Push it over by 1. Yeah, that's awesome. This is my 6th world, I think. This world is just for me to practice Satisfactory huge builds like this. Obviously, I'm in a no-cost build world, and so it's not quite the same. But I've never built on this scale before. I've always done small little mini factories, and so I wanted to get my hands dirty with this kind of a experience. But the world I did before this ended at aluminum production before I got distracted. Yeah, cool. Okay, so we have. What we'll do is we will have a smart splitter. Have to see how this collides with things. We have this here. I guess alternatively what we'll do is this. This might be the easiest way to do it then. Okay, so we are going to have on our left iron rods. Straight we are going to have screws. And on the right we will have overflow. And we can copy that and then build that everywhere. Although it changes for everywhere else. So straight now we have rods, and right we have screws, and left we will have overflow. And this is what we want to have copied over. Like so. And then we take mergers. Put this one right here. Yep, going that way. And then we'll have this one go here. And then we might as well do this. It's true. It's very true. Yeah, when I got to aluminum, the thing that did scare me off of playing was nuclear power. Although I have seen plenty of people do just fine with their oil and their coal and like super fuel generators and whatnot. So we'll see. But yeah, I watched those update videos and I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, so this is going to be fun. I've never gotten to the end game before, and here you are just added quantum mechanics. Sure. And I do wonder how many people have never made it to the end game before, and they're seeing this update and going to be a little bit scared from it. But I am excited. I am excited. This is actually the first game I've ever played an early release of and been a major part, or and then experienced a full game release of this level. So yeah, fun stuff. It's just a lot that's thrown out all at once. And it might be just one of those things of just dive into it and take it a step at a time and it will work itself out. That's how things usually work out with this stuff. But yeah, looking at it, it is a little bit daunting. By AI expansion servers, are you talking in-game or one of the items they gave? I have to do other stuff when I watch the videos, and so I sometimes miss out on important tidbits of information. So, like AI expansion servers, is that an in-game item? Right, okay. Yeah, that does make sense. Let's raise this up to... It's true. It is... I have enjoyed how they have kept it realistic while putting it in a future age for stuff like this, where they could have just said, oh no, our AI is in such a state that it's not needed, but they said, nah, it's AI. AI always needs an upgrade. Fix-It is upgrading itself just like a regular company would. So my question is, oh, I guess they've already answered that. Programmable splitters had the chance to be so cool. When I started using smart splitters, I'm like, okay, yeah, three-way thing. Programmable splitters, though, that would be fantastic, where you would be able to go in and code, okay, I want this much of this item to go this way, this much of this item to go that way, and so on and so forth. And then no, it's just smart splitter, but you can choose however much you want to go in each direction. I was super disappointed in that. So with the AI expansion, I think they opened themselves up to being able to do an upgrade to their programmable splitters, or add a coding splitter, or whatever you want to call it, where players would then have more item per minute possibilities. Okay, well, we need to make this rotors. Yep, and that is correct. But yeah, at the end of the day, I am excited to see what comes out of the update and how people work and react with it. I think it'll be a really cool experience. Really good update. I'm excited for the early game with the update with the upgrade for the biomass generators, where you can now connect them via conveyor belts. I'm really excited for that. That'll make early game much easier to handle chasing after the biomass, especially since they've moved and reduced all of the coal nodes around the map. That'll be a big thing. People don't talk about that enough, I don't think. They always are talking about which area to go into and what have you, but I don't think enough people are talking about the changes in power that we're going to have to enhance, that we're going to have to experience. Oh, by the way, thank you for the follow, Josiah. I really appreciate that. I do believe this is this section done, right? Yeah, that's all 20, and I copy and pasted all that over. And smart splitters should all be correct. Yep. Okay, and we do need to go and make all of these cast screws. And we have need of 30.3 for everything. So we will make both of these run at, what's the total of this? This is, we'll go work our way backwards. So we need 30, this is 32 out here right now. So we actually need to break this down, or we have both of these work at 0.3. Let's have that be the case. So we will put this in default. It's a waste of materials technically and of power supply, but we don't care about power supply. It will be made when it gets made. Okay, so this will work at cast screws running at 0.3. Let's see what that does. Per minute is an interesting one. Let's see. I believe we need to do 3.334 per minute. We need to be making... What is up with this? This isn't the first time this happened today. 3.34. That was weird. I'm pretty sure this is what we need to be doing. For this, copy this, send it over to here. Okay, and we'll reevaluate. Right? Yeah. The space elevator parts, was that on a dev stream that came out recently, or was that in the most recent teaser video? Oh, way too fast. Or was it in a dev stream that one of the other content creators discussed? In their own video? Because I missed all of the space elevator parts coming out. Or maybe it was introduced and I just forgot it. I can't remember. A lot of updates have come out recently. Update videos have come out recently. Okay, that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. I do remember briefly a video of some sort coming out and talking about it. Okay. Leave these feet alone. All right. So we've already diverted 400 across. We need to now divert 560 across. So that is 23. We need, right? 560. How many are you guys outputting? Putting out 50 a minute. So we need 11 and a fraction. Apologize. You know what? It is getting late on my end. So this is a build that we're going to have to come back to later. Sorry. So I am going to leave that there for today. Thank you, Josiah, for stopping in and chatting. I appreciate it. I stream usually from 9 to 11 MST in the evening, most weekdays, sometimes Saturdays. Lately it's been more like a 10 to 12 deal for me, but I should be getting more into the rhythm of 9 to 11. So yeah, thank you again. for stopping by. Thank you for the follow. I do try to post these on YouTube. I have the first factory, the one that's over there. That build is going to head up to YouTube hopefully within the week. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye.